Hello again, everybody. This is Comic Book Hangover. It is Thursday, means it's time for my weekly haul, weekly review video. And this week is going to be kind of, I don't know, it's last week's books were kind of just not that exciting. I mean, we're going to go through, I can do these pretty quickly. House of Slaughter #2 didn't really pick up from the first issue, in my opinion. I mean, again, I'm going to preface everything I'm about to say as this is all my opinion, okay? It's not fact. It's not, it's not an attempt to do anything more than to share my humble opinion about these books. House of Slaughter #2 it didn't really pick up. It didn't really give me anything interesting. There's really not much to talk about. I just read it and I've already kind of forgotten what happened in it. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. I said I'm a big fan of the Something Is Killing the Children, though I'm kind of thinking about dropping the monthly grind for those books and just getting the collections, the trades or whatever for them. But House of Slaughter, maybe I'll give it another issue. I don't know if the cover for issue 3 is cool, I'll pick it up and see where it's going. I got to say the same thing about Joy Operations #1. This is from Dark Horse. I think it's a miniseries. I don't know. Pretty much, this is just a book that Brian Michael Bendis wrote so he could drop the F-bomb. I think if it's not a record number of F-bombs in there, it's got to be close. But other than that, the story is really bland. Really nothing. I mean, to me personally, it was just nothing interesting. But I'm not a big fan of Brian Michael Bendis. So to me, it just didn't do anything. So, but I mean, if anybody out there, if you guys picked up Joy Operations #1 and you enjoyed it, talk to me about it. And in the comments down below, let me know what you thought about it. Maybe I came at it from the wrong direction or something, because it seems like it wants to be a really cool premise, but the problem is I'm not quite sure what the premise is. I don't know if this lady is in a computer simulation, if she's in the future. There's really no indication as to where she is. And also the fact that it's kind of interesting, I guess, that the way they draw her, she seems to be sort of an older lady. It's just kind of a different take on the whole thing, or whatever this is. But if I'm looking at it from a different perspective, comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and we're just going to move on. Death of Doctor Strange #3. It happened. Again, the only reason why I'm reading that is because there's a Bloodshot, or not Bloodshot, Bloodstone one-shot. There you go, coming up in January next month. So, it's a book that I'm only reading so that I can understand what's going on in that one shot. So I really have no use or interest in the Death of Doctor Strange. Although the whole idea of bringing in a version of Doctor Strange from the 60s is kind of interesting to me. Although in this issue here, it's apparent that version of Doctor Strange has a very finite existence. So he's not going to be around. I was hoping, kind of assuming that guy was going to become the new Sorcerer Supreme, and we were going to have a culture shock type thing, but apparently it's not going to happen. I think really my favorite book from last week was Robin #8. I think we're finally getting close to wrapping up this whole Lazarus Island thing, but just the fight between Robin and this other guy in here, Hawk something or other, is interesting. I mean, they both seem to be on the same level as far as like their desire to win, and just when they're facing off, it's like a huge mind game where nothing is happening, and it was really well done. I did get the spoiler for upcoming books. I did get the annual. Supposed to expand on some of these characters that are in here, including Flatline, who is sort of the love interest for Robin in this series. Is kind of interesting because they've killed each other like once or twice. But it's it is what it is. It's picking up. I mean, the series when it started was really good, and then it just kind of dipped down a little bit, but now it's starting to pick up again. I'm hoping this whole Lazarus Island thing wraps up so we can see Robin in a different situation, because I really like this version of Robin. That's Damian Wayne, the son of Bruce Wayne, and I'm really looking forward to seeing other situations that he gets into. The last book I picked up last week, this one I mainly want to show because I absolutely love the cover. It's Radiant Black, what is this, number 10? Yeah, all the way up to number 10 already. Um, Inside, it's just kind of just an Art Deco book, really. And we have to have our token, character in there. If you read the book, you'll kind of know what I mean. Um, the issue, it's sort of a bridge issue, sort of to bring in the original character that was in Radiant Black, who wound up getting hurt and in the hospital. In the last issue, they pulled the plug. And so his friend is trying to save his life by going into wherever this radiant world is to save him and bring him back. And they drop hints that this friend Marshall has it isn't just friendly affection that he has for his friend that he's trying to save. It's more of a emotional connection, which it's fine if we want to have those token characters in our comic books. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Just don't make him a gimmick. That's the kind of feeling that I have for the House of Slaughter, is that it's a gimmick. It's not an actual character, not a fully fleshed out character. It's a gimmick to sell the book to people who generally don't read comics in the first place. So if we can get a fully fleshed out character, which this Marshall guy, he seems pretty cool. At the beginning of the book, he was just sort of like the slacker friend, and he has come around since he sort of inherited the Radiant Black powers. He sort of evolved into a fully fleshed out character. So hopefully they don't take him back into a token character and continue him on his path, because I think that both of it, especially if I think it's Nathan, if he gets some sort of powers back, the two of them working together as part of a team, I think would work out really well, and I'm really am looking forward to it. So now we're going to talk about. Let's just do this part and get this out of the way. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, like, comment, subscribe, notification button, all that fun stuff. Share the videos, yada, yada, yada. I do that every video, so you guys should know that by now. We are going to have a full run Friday tomorrow. Not exactly sure what it's going to be. Actually, I think I'm going to try to wrap up my Ghost Rider run, because next year is the 50th anniversary of Ghost Rider, and I'm hoping that we're going to get some cool stuff. We're wrapping up the 30th anniversary of Darkhawk, and really all we got was a one-shot and a 5-issue miniseries, which, don't get me wrong, this 5-issue miniseries is great. Cullen Bunn is just, the writer. Hold on, let me check. I think it's Cullen Bunn. No, Kyle Higgins. I'm sorry. Kyle Higgins is just knocking it out of the park. So, hoping that we'll get more stuff for Ghost Rider since it's the 50th anniversary for the character, and I'm also kind of hoping that we'll streamline the character and the mythos a little bit, because over the past the past decade or so, Marvel has really kind of screwed up the mythology of Ghost Rider by adding, every culture has a Ghost Rider, and there's been Ghost Riders since the ancient times, and there's a Ghost Rider that rode a giant flaming woolly mammoth. It was one of the dumbest things I ever saw. And now we can have a Ghost Rider that's actually a ghost driver. He drives a car, and he's not really a spirit of vengeance. And it's all this stuff is just kind of messing everything up for the character, and it's become a big confusing mess. I'm really hoping they'll streamline it, get rid of all this nonsense, and just get back to blaze and catch. I don't really care for Reyes. I guess if you need to keep him around, whatever. But I just want to get back to blaze and catch, get back to basics, because it's more understanding, and it's easier to understand things that way, Now, before I get into the books that I picked up this week, I picked this up last week and I didn't share it. I was put it in the bag on my table and I completely forgot about it. But I did pick up the Something Is Killing the Children book 1 hardcover. This is the first 15 issues of Something Is Killing the Children. So this is another great way, if you are coming in late, this is another great way of being able to get caught up. It's a $50 book, but it's great. I mean, it's got a nice spine on it. I still haven't opened it yet. I always have a hard time opening up these shrink wrapped books, because I just worry about them getting messed up. I think I even have some a Marvel Zombies hardcover back here somewhere that I still haven't opened up, and I got that forever ago. But let's get into the books that I picked up this week. And again, in no particular order except for this one. I just want to get this out of the way. Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries. This is Volume 1. Now, this is a 12-issue miniseries that DC is putting out right now. And it is a $2.99 cover price. So if you're looking for something fun to get your kids, this would be the one to do it. But this is the first volume. It collects the first 6 issues. It has a cover price of $13, $12.99. So not bad. I grabbed the first issue and kind of went through it with my little boy. He liked it. I asked him when it came time to order this one if he would be interested in having it. He said yes, so I ordered that specifically for him. That's going to go up in his room with his books. So now let's get into the new books that I picked up this week, including the aforementioned Robin 2021 Annual. That's Flatline right there. She's actually a pretty cool character. She hasn't really had much to do since she's just been in this Lazarus Island storyline. So she's another one of those characters. I really am hoping that once this storyline is over with, that she sticks around, and I'm pretty sure she will because she's becoming a pretty integral part of Robin's story. But I'd like for her to stick around because I want her to be fleshed out. As far as her origin goes, I don't care about her origin. I just want to know more about who she is now because I like her look. I like her personality. I mean, there's really nothing about her that I don't like. And I think her teaming up with Robin is going to be an interesting sort of dichotomy between those characters. Next up, going to Marvel. Darkhawk number 4 of 5. I grabbed the regular cover. It's kind of cool seeing Captain America and Miles Morales Spider-Man teaming up with Darkhawk, like the Peter Parker teamed up with the other one. And I did grab this variant cover. This is an homage cover to the Spider-Man versus Venom, or versus Wolverine. Spider-Man versus Wolverine number 1. This, of course, was the Peter Parker Spider-Man, and this was Wolverine. So I thought that was kind of cool. It actually kind of makes me want to get that book so that I have the book that it's, the cover that it's homaging. This one came out last week. I overlooked it, but the cover and the concept, and it's crazy enough to be interesting, and that is Good Boy. The only thing I know about it's about a humanoid dog that has a gun, and why not? I've picked up weirder books, so grabbed Hell Cop number 2. Out of all the covers, this is the one I like because I found out that this cover here is actually done by the interior artist, and I always kind of like having a cover. If there's multiple covers, I always like to try to get the cover that is done by the interior artist because it kind of makes it a full package to me personally. But the first issue was interesting. Really nothing to write home about, but same with House of Slaughter. There is that potential for it to be something awesome, and so I'm going to check out the second issue and see what's going on with that. The next one is actually a win from my LCS. As I've said before, they do these drawings, these raffles, and they're giving away various variant covers each and every week. I thought I went for the Barbarella, but apparently I put it in the Red Sonja. But I got the Invincible Red Sonja number 6. This is another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1 homage cover. Dynamite is doing this with all their books. It's crazy. It's both crazy and interesting that it's suddenly happening all at once, but it's just Dynamite that's doing it. So it'd be kind of cool to see other books do it, like a Power Rangers TMNT number 1 homage would be kind of cool. Maybe like an X-Men would be kind of cool as well. But grab that. And finally, since they are still having available the local comic shop day books, I'm gonna, as long as they're available, I'm gonna pick at least one up every week. So this week I grabbed the Venom number 2. I'm not a huge fan of Venom. I'm not a reader of the series. I haven't read a Venom book in I don't know how long, seriously, and I don't know how long. But this cover is actually pretty cool, so I had to grab it. Why not? It's if nothing else, if it becomes worth anything, I may be able to sell it off. But as far as it goes, it's a great cover. It is a great cover, and I'm gonna flip through it. What the heck? Why not? I'll flip through it to see what the story inside of it is like, and it may surprise me, and I may end up actually jumping back into reading Venom. And the first issue is still available, so what the heck. So that is it. That's all I've got. I am going to be doing the full run Friday tomorrow. And starting Monday, I will have my sort of end of the year, best of for my books that I picked up throughout the year. And I'm hoping to be able to carry that through the month of December. And then in January, start with something different. So again, if you like what I'm doing here, and I really appreciate it, looks like I'm up to 167 subscribers, which is awesome. We're closing in on the big 200. When I reach that, I'll be ecstatic that there's actually 200 people out there that are interested in my little channel here. But that said, again, thank you for your continued support. Thank you for watching. I will see you all tomorrow with Full Run Friday. And again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, share the videos. Let's talk comic books. I'm getting more and more comments down below, which is great because I love talking comic. Even the books that I don't like, even if it's something like your what was this one, House of Slaughter or Joy Operations. Even if it's a book that I don't like, if you liked it, comment down below. I mean, I if nothing else, I like to talk about books that I love, but I really do enjoy talking about books that I don't enjoy because I like seeing other people's perspectives on those books. Okay, it's nice to see. As I'm reading the book, like Joy Operations, I really didn't understand what was going on, and I really couldn't get into it. But I know there's people out there that read it and got it and understood exactly what Bendis is trying to do and is full board on it. And those are the people I want to hear from. If you like that book that much, House of Slaughter, if you're seeing it from a different perspective than I am, and if you're super excited about it, let me know. Let me know what's exciting about it, and maybe I'll be able to go back and read the first 2 issues again and see it from a different perspective. And suddenly it'll click, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, great, I get it now. But let me know. Comment down below. Again, like, comment, subscribe, notification button, share the video, and I will see everybody tomorrow with a Full Run Friday. See ya.